Good morning, everyone. Today we're going to be putting some basic wiring into my new shed. If you've been watching my previous videos, I built the least expensive shed that I could do. So now I got to put some power in it. Nothing fancy, you know, one plug-in, one light switch, and a couple of bulbs. I'm going to show you how to do it. It's very easy. So we're going to have an outdoor plug, a male plug. And that's what these are. Okay, someone's throwing something away, cut the cord. Cords come in handy. And always get the 3-prong cord. Don't get the 2-prong. The polarized ones aren't that good as far as, you know, outdoors and all that. You want a 3-prong. So anytime someone throws away or you throw away something, cut the cord and keep it. You never know when you're going to need it. Okay, so that's what's going to come into this box here. Now, this is a outlet right there. That's an outlet. Okay. Then it's going to go to a switch. Then it's going to go to my 2 light outlets. And it's very easy to wire something up. And likewise, this plug will just plug into an extension cord to a plug-in in your house. Everyone has an outdoor plug, so that's my purpose there. Is I will need an extension cord to get power to here, but I just simply plug it in, and then I have power in my shed. I don't need my shed all the time, so you know, it's not that much. I have 2 sheds now, so I can just go back and forth, but that's my idea of doing the least expensive way. You don't need to pull a permit or anything. It's no different than putting a extension cord to in your shed. I've drawn a simple little schematic here. Right here is the guide. So the blue wire is the ground, the bare copper wire, or sometimes it's a green wire. The black is your hot wire. That's black all the time. Black is hot. And then this yellow one signifies the white wire, which is the neutral. So it's very easy. We're going to be basically coming from outside with that cord to my box and to the first plug-in. And if you notice, that's a bronze colored screw, and that's a silver color screw. Here's your green one. Green is what? Ground. Green wire, copper, bare copper wire. But basically, for you to remember which wire goes which all the time is your hot wire, your black wire, and bronze screw. B for B. So that's how you always figure it out. It's on everything. Even on my light sockets. See, there's your bronze screw, and then there's your your silver screw. So white wire there, and bronze and black, your hot wire there. Your switch is a little bit different. This is just a normal on-off switch, and you see only 2 bronze screws. There's no white screws. Well, a switch only interrupts the black power, the load, the hot. So that's why you only see 2 bronze screws. That's where you connect your power coming in and your power going to your bulbs. So, very easy. We're going to be coming in from the outdoor male cord. And first thing I always hook up is your ground. And each box has a ground screw. So you're going to always want to hook up to that. Likewise, your plug also has a ground. So we're going to have to hook up that. And I'll show you how. Your light doesn't have a ground on it, but the box that it goes into does. So when this gets screwed in, it actually will ground itself out to that. And then when we go to the lights, there's no ground on here, but there is a ground on the box. So we want to make sure that the boxes are grounded. We're going to need a few basic items. Of course, you're going to need a box, a cover, and a plug. You're going to need a box, a light cover, and a light switch. you're going to need 2 light sockets with the 2 bulb covers. You're going to need a roll of wire. You don't need a whole roll of wire. Figure it out. Maybe you only need 15 feet of wire. That's what you just go out and buy. Then you're going to need some staples and some. These actually go onto each box. See those where the little circles go? You punch that circle out, put that in, and that holds your wire from being pulled out. Going to need some barrettes. Usually I just get the yellow ones. That's all you really need. And some screws, obviously, to screw in your boxes. Screwdriver. And a hole saw, because I got to go through the tin, so I got to get a hole in my wall in order to bring the power in. Now, you could just buy a couple 50-cent bulbs and put a bulb in here, but I went a little fancy and I bought LEDs. They were on sale, so I got 2 of them. I didn't have to, you don't have to. And your most important 2 tools, believe it or not, in electrical is a number 2 Robertson and a number 1 Robertson. And Robertson is the square. And I have a wire stripper, and on this wire stripper it has that little round knob there. It puts the nice curl on your end of the wire, so when you screw them on, it's got nice. You can just cut your wires and push it in, but I don't recommend it, and neither do professionals recommend it. When someone's wiring the house, he's going to go as fast as possible. He will do that. But I bet you if he's wiring his own house, he will use the terminals. And after, oh yeah, you might need a utility knife just to score that wire a little bit. And a circuit tester. What this does, you plug it into your plug and it'll make sure you've got things wired correctly. I do it all the time just to give myself reinsurance, or if I'm doing a repair, I put it on just to make sure. This one's even a little bit fancier. It has a button so I can test the GFI outlets. So I could trip it to make sure the GFI is working good. But you can get a basic one there that doesn't do that. Okay, so let's get started. I figured out where I'm going to want a light switch, obviously, as soon as I come in my door. And on light switches, I put them up 4 feet at least. Comfortable for everyone. So let's get this measured out 8 times, so when you drill a hole through your wall, it's going to be in the correct location. Okay, so I want this to be about right here. I didn't want it on this, I want it on the flat part. So we're going to put it right there. Kind of very strong. No, it's very sharp. Okay, so I got the cover on, and that's already tightened on it, and that'll go about right like that. So I want to silicone on this top half here, and do it like that so water does get in behind here, at least it has some place to drain. Perfect seal. And let's fit the extension cord in there. More than enough in there. And I don't like it being that long. It only really needs to be like that. You don't want your extension cord lying in the connection lying in the ground or anything. So we'll just make it that long. I know it's a waste of cord, but it was a free cord. Still holding it before I screw it down. Number 2 bolts. Number 2 bolts. Screws out equally. There we go. And just doesn't have to be pretty, as long as it keeps the water out. There we go. Oh yeah, lots more cord than what we need, but like I said, we don't want the plug-in to be actually hanging in the snow or that, so. Okay, so obviously we need to go inside an electrical box. So this will be my switch. But we can't go in there with the switch because the switch is uninterruptible. We want power all the time. So we got to go to the plug-in first, and then to the switch, and then up. So let's get 2 boxes installed. So now we're going to come up into this box. Nope, we're going to come up into this box because that's where the main plug is going to be. Then off of that plug we'll go into this box and then up. Maybe I can go like this. Since I don't have too many connections here, we're going to have to. So we're going through the top. Top on both of them. Yeah, so that's all you do is just punch it out. You might have to bend it a few times. That's okay. So here we're going to need our first little piece of wire. Because I need to be able to put a wire ground from here to there. So like, I even saved the little strips of wire. So, you know, like this is excess, so you'll snip it off. It's always good because that way you can keep this ground. That's your ground wire. It's a little trick that I've learned, and so get this ground right away. And you always want your plugs like that. So here's the grounding strip. Let's get that ground. And since we are always tightening this way, we want the wire to be wrapped that way. Okay. Let's tighten that. Number 1. Okay. And see. Oh, before I put that, I need a wire nut on here. Kind of put it like, get it tight, and then you should be able to, with your hand, and then it's good and tight. Make sure these are facing towards you because you got to screw them in and out. Since we did that one, let's do that one before I forget again. There we go. So I know I can get this stripped about like here. It'd be easier on the bench to do it. So I'll just strip my wires here. Get rid of all the green hair. And let's see how these nails. You can always go like this. Okay. So now let's get this ground connected to that ground. That's where these wire strippers are handy. Give it a good twist. And let's get that ground right on it. And twist it the same way you're going to be twisting on your Marette. Clockwise. There we go. And you twist as hard as you can. There we go. That's not coming off. So let's tuck that wire back in there. So you see how I grounded everything. Solid copper to the box is best, not the braided. The braided can go onto the copper wire, but not directly into the screw. Okay. So the white and the black, let's get that stripped back. Okay. Now, it doesn't matter. It does not matter which screws you put it in. On the side, could be the black one again goes on bronze. So black and black. You can put it on either one as long as this connection is not broken. Whatever black wire you can put it on, you do. So my little twist tool here. That's what it'll look like. And you want to put the loop the same way you're going to turn. That way it'll tighten itself good and tight. There you go. Let's get the neutral on. There we go. So now the cord coming from outside to this plug, we can stop, but we want a light switch in there. So let's continue on with that. Now we need some wire. And yeah, you can put it through the same hole. Give yourself a fair amount, okay? The wires better be longer than shorter. Okay, so I think we've got everything in here that I need. How about I tighten this up? Pinch the wire just so it cannot be pulled out. And we're even going to staple the wire too, just to make it safe. Now I'm going to see if I can get a big enough staple here. That'll hold all three wires. Big enough staple, but usually that's about all you need. And that's just, it's not meant to crimp on the wire, it's just meant to hold the wire in the center of your stud. Like I said, I always like to get my ground wire in first. So, let's put all the grounds together, as tight as you can. Give it a tug test. Don't be shy. Everything should hold good. Okay, so we are grounded. Let's get that out of the way. Now, in order for us to continue on this power, we have to hook up these two wires, right, to the remaining terminals. Again, 3/4 of an inch. And this is where that tool is nice. On the solid copper, it does a beautiful little twist. Nice little hook. Okay, so black on bronze, BB. And then let's get the white. Remember, the hook is facing the way you want to screw, the way you want to turn the screw. Nice and tight. That's how that looks. Everything's fully connected. Now let's push those wires in, just making sure your ground bare wire doesn't touch the hot wire or the neutral wire. And just fold everything in there. And let's get these screwed in. There we go, that's in there nice. Why don't we put a cover on it? We are that confident that it's done. Okay, now we're going to our light. So let's just, again, I'm going to want to put a staple here. So let's, I think we can cut it there confidently. Yeah. So now we are going to ground this box to this box. Even though the switch doesn't need to be grounded, it will through the screw in. So let's just grind everything. So let's just ground everything. So let's strip this wire. Pull the sheathing back. Like I said, let's get this ground on right away. Get these trimmed back 3/4 of an inch. We are ready to install the light switch. Now, the light switch kind of works in a sense that you see a dot there sometimes. That means that's the on position. And as far as I can remember, the H, that's your hot. That's your line coming in. This is the load going out to your light switch. So we are going to hook up this right here on this bottom one. It doesn't really matter. You can get it hooked up and just flip it over if it's upside down, right? If the power is upside down. So and get our hook on it. Okay. So we are now ready for the light, or the cord that gets attached to the light. So let's okay, so this is the cord that's going to go up to the light. So we're all done here. Let's get this tightened up. Okay, let's get these wires trimmed. Another little trick is you only have to do about 3 or 4 inches. And this being new wire, you could just pull it. And by the way, this is called 14-2 wire, meaning it's 14 gauge wire, 2 conductor. They never count the ground. Get it on our switch here. And remember, because this being a switch, we hook up the 2 neutral wires to themselves. That way they will transmit the neutral return to the light boxes. Remember, go as tight as you can. Good tug test. And let's put these away. Okay, let's get these 2 grounds connected. Now, theoretically, we could put this one wire onto that screw, but I'm a little old school and I'll twist out my grounds. Cut it to length. And put a moret. Let's tuck that wire away. So we are done with the switch. So kind of, put your wires like that so they kind of accordion in. Okay, let's get this mounted. And let's put the cover on. We're done with it. Okay, so now I'm going to do is take this up to the ceiling, and I'll put another staple up there, and we'll show you how it looks when I'm done. Well, I got my wire nicely stapled. Into the first light box. Now, you didn't have to go across with a 2x4. I just did it because I wanted to keep that light up as high as possible. I don't have a tall ceiling, so every little bit helps. So that gained me an inch, which I'll take. So let's get that mounted. So now I'm going to take more line, go all the way to the next box. Okay, so now that was my first wire coming to the light fixture. This wire is going to the next light fixture via this path. There you go. Now I could have went straight across and saved myself quite a few feet, but I didn't want anything to potentially pull on it or hang on it, so that's why I went along the side. Best, it's out of the way. Can't get tugged on. And it's stapled. Okay, so why don't we go and get these wired in now. Okay, so I got the sheathing cut. I stripped 3/4 of an inch. Put our hooks on. So let's get these on. Okay, remember, B, bronze, black wire, and then the silver, white neutral wire. Make sure you got the hooks going in the same direction as you're turning the screw. That's what it should look like. Okay, we got our grounds on there. Let's loosen these off a little bit. Get this all up in there. Twist it on, and then let's tighten everything up. And this being plastic, remember, not too tight. In the old days, these used to be porcelain. Okay, that's done. Let's go to the next one. So let's get this one stripped back. The wire stripped back 3/4 inch. Okay, since these have 4 terminals on it, make sure you tighten one on each end because we're not using them. And then now we can get our black on our bronze screw and our white on our silver screw. There. Easy peasy. Okay, let's put some power to the puppy here. So I plug her in. Plugged into my house. So I have it plugged in. So let's see what this says. I should get 2 yellows, and I do. 2 yellows. So we know that's wired. For the heck of it, let's just go up here. 2 yellows. Okay. So now, let's install the lights. Okay. So, let's turn the switch on. Obviously I had the switch right because I'm going to turn on now. Okay, well, that was a pretty easy install. I could have literally had that done in about an hour. And I hope I gave you the confidence to do it your first time. But it's very easy. Go slow. And you'll be able to even put on more lights if you wanted to. Daisy chain. Like I said, I could have even daisy chained another socket to the very far side. But I didn't want to make it too complicated for you first timers. But thanks for watching. As usual, please like and subscribe. It helps me on YouTube. And good luck with your project.